Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Unemployed Pinoy CEO. I'm your host, Francis San Diego. Today's latest episode is really special for me because I have my guest here is a successful businessman, and he's here to share about his life and career experience. Allow me to introduce to you Mr. Ivan Meneses.
Francis, brother, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, dude. I mean, I'm like really so fortunate to know you through our common friend, which is Mr. Bernard. So, yeah, I mean, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners out here?
Yes, short but sweet. Guys, my name is Ivan Meneses. I own a media agency called A Media Productions, and we talk, we make, and we build businesses.
Wow, I like that. I should have that also in my business.
Kind of like a tagline at this point. Yeah, I've said that so many times.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You're so used to it, right?
Yeah, I'm so used to it at this point.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, let's go start. And first question: what do you do with your business? I mean, can you please share to our viewers your experiences, your journey through that one, or something like that?
Yeah, we're a media agency, and we primarily focus on content creation as well as distribution. I've only really been here in the U.S. for like, I'd say 5 years. So how it started was back then, back in the Philippines, I owned a successful car dealership, and we primarily sold used cars.
Yes.
Okay, and it wasn't always successful. Like any businesses, we had our troubles and we had our hardships. And for us, it was actually selling the cars. So I was thinking like, man, how do we sell these cars? So we tried we went to newspapers, we went to radio stations, we advertised on billboards. Nothing was working. Mm-hmm. And then I remember I got the iPhone 1.
Wow.
Yeah. It was the very first one. It was like this big.
Yes.
And I was playing with it and I was trying the video camera and I was like, wow, like the quality on this thing is pretty solid. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a video for each and every car that I'm selling.
Wow.
Right now.
Okay.
So I did that. And the way that I approached that was I would make a video as if it was from the perspective of a client or a prospective buyer. So I'd be far away from the car. I'll be approaching it. And when I approach it, I'm going to show them the emblem. I'm going to show them the hood, the bumper. I'm going to take them around the car. Guys, look, the paint is so perfect. Mm-hmm. No scratches. I'm going to show them the rims. Rims are nice. I'm going to show them the tires. Mm-hmm. The tires are thick. Mm-hmm. Tons of tread life. I would do a virtual test drive. Show them.
That was when? What?
Oh, there was a long time ago. YouTube wasn't even like how YouTube is. Right. I would say that's like 12 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was already doing that. Mm-hmm. And the aim was I was trying to eliminate each and every barrier or doubt that a client might have. Mm-hmm. Because like back then, imagine committing to a 20-minute video walkthrough of a car. Mm-hmm. I call it a walkthrough, but it's actually a sales pitch.
Sales pitch, yeah.
Right? So I would do that, and they would watch the entire thing. It's 20 minutes. Yeah. And then towards the end, guys, this is a nice car. Come check it out. We're located here. Mm-hmm. So you commit to a 20-minute walkthrough, and then you commit to actually going there. By the time that they're there, they're ready to buy the car. And I'm telling you, like back then, cars were flying off the garage.
Yes.
I'd post it today. I'll get the car today, would refurbish it today. Mm-hmm. I'd make a video of it today. Sometimes I'll post it. Within that day, I'll get a visitor like super late. Hey, can we check out the car?
And when were you posting it though?
I would post it that same day. Oh, speaking of posting it, so like video creation, that's one thing. Uh-huh. You could create like the best video in the world.
Yes.
But if you don't know how to properly distribute it, then that's nothing. If no one's seeing, that's nothing. So that's a good question. Back then, I would make the video and I would post it anywhere. Number one, I'd put it on YouTube. Yes. My YouTube is my main distribution because that way I can get a link for it. Mm-hmm. If I have a link, I can send it to partners. I can send it to wholesalers. Yes. I'll put it on forums. Mm-hmm. I'll put it back then. It's called Sulit.com.
Yeah. I heard that. Yeah.
So that's for our American. That's like a Craigslist or an offer up Facebook Marketplace at that time.
Correct.
So I'd put it there, and people would see it there. And once they've seen it, they're ready to buy. They're ready to buy.
So all of the possible questions, and again, this is like 12 years ago, like what you said.
Yeah,
you've been doing it already.
Yeah, I've answered it. Yeah,
Okay.
that was like really how it started, and then but that was back in the Philippines. So yeah, that was the life, and money was easy. I didn't want to go here but I had to. Due to some personal reasons, I had to go here in the U.S. I was pushing that back because I didn't know what to do here.
Yes.
But finally, I bit the bullet. All right, let me go to the U.S. And then finally, I'm here.
Yes.
And then I think it was a year. Yeah, about a year that I wasn't really doing anything. I'm just here. I'm just in the house. I wasn't really doing anything. But I found myself watching a lot of YouTube content on like cameras, like how to shoot video, how to script write, how to copyright, and just how to make videos in general. So I've been watching a lot of that. So I'm actually happy that I took that time off because it was that was how I learned.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then my birthday came, and my mom sent me some money. It was like, hey, Ivan, here's some money. I'm sorry I can't be there, but please buy whatever you want to buy.
She was in the Philippines at that time.
She was in the Philippines. Yeah, they're also entrepreneurs, and their mindset was, I can't leave the business because, nothing's going to happen if I'm there.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you for the gift. And right away, I went to Target. For our Filipino friends who are in the Philippines, it's kind of like SM department store or Robinson's Galleria. So I went there and I got myself a Nikon point and shoot camera.
Okay.
Yeah. And back then, I wasn't doing anything. I had no job. I was like, I'm gonna be a daily vlogger.
Oh, you were thinking about it.
I was thinking about it. Yeah, man. I've been watching Casey Neistat. There's Ben Brown, Sarah Dici. These guys inspire me, and I'm gonna be a daily vlogger. That's gonna be my job.
Okay.
But then quickly, I'm not that interesting. I found out that so you can do that, you have to be interesting. You have to always travel. You have to do this and that just to make it interesting. And I wasn't interesting enough. But then, but I did it, and I did a few of them. If you'd search hard enough, you'd probably find them. Although I'm actively, trying to not show them. But basically, at some point, I purchased a Bluetooth a speaker. From Sharper Image. And I was like, all right, let me do an unboxing video on this Bluetooth speaker. I'm gonna unbox this. I'm gonna do an honest review of the product, and I'm gonna upload it on the internet. So I did that, and lo and behold, Sharper Image, they found that video.
Really?
Yeah.
So they reach out to you.
Exactly. So they reached out to me, and I said, Ivan, dude, we love this video. Can you make more? Yeah, of course. Like, what did you have in mind? Let me send you like 3 of our top products. Can you make us a video? Just the same exact videos. You get to keep the product. It's yours. Yeah. Heck yeah. Send them over.
Yes.
Free products.
Yes.
Sign me up.
By all means.
Yeah, by all means, sign me up. So they sent those 3 products, and naturally I deliver, and I did good.
So if I may ask, like, what's your first experience? Your first ever video for Sharper Image. How many, if you remember it, how many views did you get at that time?
It wasn't a lot of views, but more so, the video meant a lot to them because it was helpful.
Yes.
For the community.
Yes.
It didn't garner like any views at all, but it was uploaded on, I'm not sure if it's Amazon or YouTube. It was uploaded somewhere.
Yes.
And it was a video that their customers would reference to, and just trying to find out, okay, what's included in the package? How does this work? What's the features like? So it didn't garner a lot of views, but it was helpful.
Helpful, yes.
It was helpful for the right person.
Correct.
And for them, that was enough.
Oh.
So yeah, so I did 3 videos for them, and they like, Ivan, this is amazing. Hey, can we send you a few more videos? Yeah, sure. Free products. Sign me up.
By all means.
Yeah, so that kept on happening and happening and happening. And then at a certain point, I just got so much products. I don't know what to do. I was giving them away. I had so much products, and I was like, oh man. And it's starting to feel like real work. So I was like, I was set up. I remember like I went into a meeting with these guys, and I was like, guys, thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it. I got so many products, and I'm enjoying them.
You were the one who stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, how about you let me do a proper commercial for you this time? and I'm gonna upgrade my equipment. I'm gonna come up with my own team. I'm gonna hire really good editors, and I'm gonna shoot this myself. And I promise you, it's gonna look nice. Now, if you like it, it's gonna be this much, and if you don't like it, it's yours to keep. And let's keep on doing whatever we're doing right now. So naturally, they'd say yes. There was no barrier to entry. It was all plus for them. There was no risk for them.
Yes, and it's like you're offering them, okay, this is the risk that I'm gonna take.
Exactly.
Then you'll
exactly.
be good.
I took on the risk first,
Yes.
so they don't have to. And that way, there was no barrier to entry, and they love that.
Yeah.
So. I proceeded. I hired an editor. I upgraded my equipment, bought a bunch of stuff, and I made the commercial for them.
Okay.
And I delivered.
Yeah. Wow.
And the rest was history. Like from there, you do a good job. People talk about you.
Oh,
and
really?
I was referred to same thing like how I met you.
Yes.
Through Bernard. Yeah,
Bernard,
Bernard has been really good to me. Shout out to Koval Media. Thanks for having me here,
Shout
Bernard.
Out, boss. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really good guy.
So yeah, through him, I met you, and I met Wendy Lindo as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That was a really good connect.
Yes. And she delivered.
And she delivered, and she will deliver some more.
Yes.
I heard like they're cooking up some special stuff here, so
Yes,
you better watch out for that, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, so and from there, I just got a ton of referrals. People talk about you. You do good. You take care of them,
Yes.
and they keep coming back to you, and that's the rest was history.
Yes. Now, wow, that's like really inspiring to hear that from you. And actually, you know what? Let me get back to this one thing that you mentioned. You offered them something like for the risk, that thing. So where did you get that from? I mean, is it like, because I know that we understand that you've been into business, right?
Yeah.
Did you like develop that mindset or something, or how did you start like thinking like that?
Yeah, at that time I was reading a book. It was by Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yes.
And he's done a few, but I think this one is like crushing it. And he was just discussing like
I like that.
Yeah, don't be afraid to do free work.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's what I've done, and it worked out for me.
Yes, and considering that what's really inspiring is like coming from you, hearing from you, because you're pretty much like the second person that I've heard that from. I've read a lot of books also, the Gary V, right?
Yeah.
Then you said that to me. It's like a stamp. Okay, this works.
Yeah,
Then,
it works. You do free work,
yes,
and through the free work, you get better.
yes,
And eventually, you're gonna come to a point where you're so good at what you can do,
Yes.
or what you do, and how you deliver, or how your work converts,
Okay.
that eventually you just have to start charging money.
Okay, so that's Sharper Image is the one of your few the clients that really kind of like gave
that
you
was
that break,
that was
right?
one of the first actually, and apparently I quickly discovered that Sharper Image has like a ton of like sub branches.
Sub-branches.
So Sharper Image also owns Polaroid, and then they own Power Source, and there's Brooks, just a bunch of companies who are just like all interconnected.
Correct,
They have
correct.
thousands
Yes.
of
So
products.
it's like for you, without even knowing it, it's like a gold mine already that just presented itself to you, right?
Exactly. And the thing is, like, the more work you do, and the more like your work gets out there, the more people find it, and the more people are going to come looking for you. So I wasn't even advertising. It was just all word of mouth. It was just all about making sure that your clients are happy with your work,
Correct.
that they talk about you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned.
That's nice. That's nice. So, like, also you mentioned about putting your team, right? So, my next question is, how did you start building up your team? Did you get your team here or outside of the U.S., or how did you do it?
Like, to me, I tried a few, and this is another Gary Vaynerchuk quote, but he said, "You fire fast and you fire faster." So me, I'm not afraid to hire fast, fire faster. I'm not afraid to hire people. I'm gonna check them out, see what they can do, and if it's not working, I'm not gonna do it
right away.
Yeah, I fire them right away. So I
okay.
tried a few editors. I've copywriters, script writers. Some of them are from New York, some of them from India, some of them from Pakistan, some of them are local here. And then I've experimented outsourcing job to the Philippines. and that's where I got the most success.
Really?
Filipinos,
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
there's just the work ethic of a Filipino. It's just unheard of.
Yes.
Yeah, and I started outsourcing in the Philippines, so I have script writers there, I have copywriters, I have video editors, whatever I can outsource to the Philippines.
And you're like only here, and you're outsourcing everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm the only, as of this point, besides my models, everything's being outsourced. Yeah, I don't keep an office. I don't need it. I can work. I heard this term last night. It's not work from home. It's work from anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
that's a new thing that I heard, and that's good.
I was talking to my sister-in-law last night, Judith Baliton. She's the head of a big insurance company, the boss of the boss. He was like, yeah, right now it's not work from home. It's work from anywhere. Yeah. So I'm lucky. I'm one of those guys who are lucky enough to have that particular setup, and it's just me right now, and everything's just outsourced. And the moment that I started to learn and accept the fact that I can't do anything and that I have to delegate, that's when I started really scaling up.
Oh, that's that. So in a span of like that one, if you can share with our viewers or to us, so definitely when you started, there are some struggles, right? Maybe if you can point out some of the struggles that you come across with during this, the process that you're building up the business here in the US.
The struggles, you know what?
Or maybe it's like based on your experience in the, it could definitely we have different stories, right? So it could be like maybe like outsourcing or something.
Yeah. You know what? I've been really lucky. Like I was able to scale this business super fast, and I haven't had like much, to stop me from. I've just been super lucky. But if you ask me about failures, one thing that comes to mind was when I was young. I work for this company. It's HSBC, Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation. Yes. And that was my first job. And really quickly, I got promoted to this position. It's called Makati High Sales Team. And we were 9 in that team. And versus the hundreds of other people who are in that site, who are in that building, we were generating 75% of their revenue. So super prestigious. Like everyone looks up to us like we're rock stars. Yeah. Okay. Just because we can sell. Yeah. And then Citibank started pirating us. Because, they're opening a new branch, and they need qualified people to go there. And I was one of those qualified ones. There's few of us, and I was so sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get this job for sure. It's gonna be a higher pay grade. It's gonna be a better company and stuff like that. And I was doing the interview, and then I was acing it. I'm so sure I was gonna get it. And then the last question was, "Hey, so why are you leaving your previous company, and why are you transferring here?" And I told them, just because your company's better. I love your company. It's way better in my head. It's a higher pay grade as well. I like the amenities. I like the perks and stuff like that. And my previous company, I've outgrown it. I don't like it anymore. I think yours is way better. And in my head, that was an okay answer, but nah. That answer cost me the interview. Because looking back, instead of acknowledging how I had just the most amazing boss, instead of acknowledging how good of training that I received from that company, and instead of acknowledging my teammates, my boss, my colleagues who helped me or molded me to become this person who's actually qualified for this job, instead of that, I bad-mouthed them.
Okay. So it turned out like, he could possibly do that to us also in the future.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's what they were thinking. I was bad-mouthing instead of just acknowledging these guys who were just like really nice to me and gave me proper training and that. So yeah, that was my, when you talk failure, that's the first thing that comes to mind, because after that experience, I just totally, that experience totally changed my life. It's it was a great time to audit the people around me, acknowledge them, thank them for being there. It could be for the good or for the bad. If it's for the bad, then adjust. But definitely do an audit of the people around you and acknowledge them, and never badmouth anyone.
You learn from that
Yeah,
experience,
anyway,
and you know how it's gonna feel, because as a business owner, you don't want someone to apply to you.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And doesn't even just apply on business, it applies on everything.
Everything,
Don't
yeah.
ever talk bad to anyone.
Yes,
and
yes.
so and as the golden rule applies, hopefully no one talks bad about you.
Yes, yes, that's really great. I mean, it shows now that's why I'm so inspired to even know you, to even
Oh,
see
dude,
you.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love what
definitely.
you're doing here.
Well, we're trying. So
I love what you're
Well,
doing.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah, I'm like really. It's like surreal to me to know one of like you, a successful
Thank you.
businessman, right? And also Mr. Bernard.
But we're gonna be hanging out some more
Yeah,
now that
yeah,
we're
definitely, yeah.
both from Fullerton. So.
Oh yes, sir. So anyway, yeah, like I'm also intrigued or interested in knowing more how you handle with your crew, or should we say your staff, right? So I know that it's outsourced. So how do you manage those type of, because we have time zones, different time zones. How do you manage it, and what's the most how do you set the standards for those type of situations?
Yeah, what I've learned is like I'm not the boss; they're my boss, and the moment you start doing that, that's when it starts, getting better, and just like communication. Really, when they need you, you always have to be there, and just delegate, and just make sure that you're delegating to the proper or to the right person.
Okay.
At first, it was hard because it was so much work for me. I'm not used to like having such a big crew and such a big team.
Correct.
Just doing everything and just juggling to make sure that we get this project done on record time. But at first, I was doing that. But later on, same thing. I was outsourcing, and I found a virtual assistant. I trained that virtual assistant well, and at this point, to be honest, I'm not really doing anything. Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah, that assist. They would do. I would check up on them every now and then. But
Yes.
I hired the right person, and I've hired.
Yes.
Yeah, I was blessed to have like a really good assistant or like a manager who does that stuff for me. And right now, I'm just like checking every now and then.
That's
Yeah. So it's really just about hiring the right people. If it's not working out, fire them right away and hire another one.
Oh, that quick, huh?
Yeah.
So if I may ask, or maybe we can share to the viewers, where do you go to outsource? Fiverr? Or-
No, like to me, like my team as of right, they're all word of mouth. I got connected,
Oh, that's
like the latest ones that I have, or the latest one that I've gathered. I got connected to a pastor, Mr. Joel Pasqua, and he was originally from the Philippines, and he pastored a lot of kids, just a lot of talent.
Nice,
They were all in the IT industry, and then he was just telling me, hey man, these kids, they need jobs. They're hard workers. I've known them for years, and I know their work etiquette.
Yes.
Do you think you can include them in your team? And I was asking him, hey, do they have any editing background? Do they have any background in media? No, but these guys are hard workers, and I can vouch for them.
Okay.
Yeah. So and that's what happened. I took his word for it. He was very close to me. He's pastoring our church, and I hired these guys. I told him, hey, just 1 month. If it works out, then good. If not, I'm not gonna prolong it. I'll let you know right away. But these guys they were working. They worked hard. They studied everything, and right up until this day, they are with me, and we're steadily growing.
And that's nice. I mean, like myself also. Yeah, definitely. It's like really, it's really not funny, but it's really like I can like really say that whatever you're saying is true, because on my end also I do have a team in the Philippines, and because I know these guys, like what you said, it's like they're really hard workers, and they're like really put their heart into it. If you give them a chance, and as long as you're always there for them, you mentor them, and they do good work. And for the longest time, I've tried New York, I've tried locally, but Filipinos, dude, nothing compares.
The
as of now, right?
hustle is different. Give them the opportunity. Let them know what's in it for them. If they do good, always motivate them. Know what presses their buttons, and I like that. You
I
take
like
advantage of that, and make sure that if you work hard, they're gonna get those. And you deliver, of course. If they do work hard, you deliver on your promises. And that's how I get them to work really hard towards what they do.
Nice, nice. Oh, that's really inspiring. I mean, I'm gonna copy that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just kidding. No, anyway. So now, okay. So the more we'll go on to the more technical, right? So like you mentioned, getting back to what you said, like you got your gears, right? You started to buy the Nikon, right?
It was a Nikon point and shoot, yeah.
Yeah, point and shoot and everything. So when you encountered a sharper image, then definitely you wanted to get the better gear, right?
Yeah.
So did you have a formal did you learn how to really get the best shots or the editing part?
Yeah.
How did you go around it?
Nah, just YouTube University, bro.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
just
heard that.
YouTube University.
Yes,
I've
yes.
learned everything from just YouTube and just like dedicating as much time as you can.
Yes.
I mean, YouTube is one thing, learning is one thing, but like actually practicing what you've learned, that's the most important part.
Yes.
Because it's theory is very different to practice.
Correct.
Yeah, so you have to practice it and just be behind the camera as much as you can, be
Yes.
on the editing program as much as you can, know what works and know what converts, understand and that's just how I did it.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
okay.
didn't really go through like any formal training. But you know, I've engrossed myself in just like video stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Then you just whatever you watched, you consumed on YouTube, you
Yeah.
apply it right
You
away.
you apply it right away. You test it out. Does it work for me? Is it for me?
Oh, yeah,
Or,
yes.
Is it? Or sometimes you'd watch something, and okay, the output is pretty good, but it just takes way longer. So to me, like what really changes to like figuring out what works, what techniques works, while at the same time making what you're supposed to do faster. Because if it does work, but it takes you like forever to finish, or it like complicates the workflow,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't be able to scale.
Oh,
So
okay,
look for
yes.
something that works. Look for something that makes your job easy. You look for something that makes whatever you're doing efficient while maintaining the same quality. That's how you scale.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's interesting. Then you mentioned about the flow workflow, right?
Yeah.
So how do you measure your workflow in terms of like, let's say when you test out like something new, right? Workflow, and do you change it? You shake it up more often, or do you give it a chance to, like, let's say, work until you change it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like I would try it out honestly, but I've been doing it so long to the point that I try it out right now and instantly I would know if it works or not.
Oh, you can see it already.
Yeah.
right?
So and my advice is like if you find something that works, you stick with it. But every now and then, new technology comes out.
Yes.
So and technology that could make it look better or make your job easier. And when it's new technology, I'll try it out.
Yes.
But in terms of the process, in terms of the systems, if I see it right now and it's working for us, I don't tinker with that too much. If it's new technology, all right, I'll try it
You
out.
consider you try it out.
Yeah, I'll
right?
try it out. It's new technology. Always want to be at the edge. You know, just cutting edge technology all the time. You can't be just left behind.
Yes. You can't just dwell on what works for you and you don't innovate, right?
Exactly. Or if like TikTok, for example, or like new platforms come out, I would always I implore everyone to just like keep trying it, especially if it's new technology, or it could be equipment, could be platforms or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, just try those.
Okay. Wow, I'm learning. Oh, that's good. Okay, so one question. What is Ivan like as a boss? In your own,
Yeah, I'm the type of person who would just like really give you freedom. Because like me personally, I don't like having a boss.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why I'm entrepreneur right now. I don't like working for someone.
Yes.
Because working for someone entails that you have to go by their schedules, you have to listen to them, you always have to go on meetings. So I figure out like all those stuff that I don't like, and I make sure I don't do them.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, it's really funny
Yeah.
because that's my what I was thinking. I mean, yes, definitely. If you wanted to work with someone, you don't have like that. I learned this from one of my guests also. It's like his way of leading is like linear.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's on the same level. You can talk to anyone, like Jim Scott.
or like open office type of
Yes.
setup.
Yes.
Yeah, so I try to do that, but yeah, like to me, like when I was working, like I just hated like being there like 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and me being expected to be on the computer from 9 to 5. I just hated that. What I've learned is that when you're in an office setting, or you could be like, the office or maybe school, the times that you're actually working from that 9 to 5, that 8 hours that you're there, the time that you're actually working is about 2 hours max.
Yes.
You could be there for 8 hours, but are you really working for 8 hours?
No.
You're not, right?
You're stretching it out.
Yeah, you're
stretching
on
it
your
out.
computer, you're on Facebook, you're doing YouTube or whatever. You're just stretching it out, and if someone's looking at you, then you pretend like you're working.
Yeah.
Right?
Classic, right?
Yeah. So to me, and I recognize that. So I tell my guys, guys, I know you're gonna be there for 8 hours, but really, I feel like you're only gonna be there really working for 2 hours, and I accept that fact. So everyone who's working under me, I tell them, hey, log in whatever time you want, log out whatever time you want, do whatever you want. My only condition is work. Make sure that work gets done.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as
Quality.
work gets done at the end of the day, at this particular time, you can start on it yesterday, you can start it now, start on it whatever you want to do, or like whenever you want to.
Yes.
As long as it gets done,
Yes.
I'm happy. And you wouldn't even hear from me.
Yes.
I wouldn't be checking on you. Hey, JP, hey, CJ, are you,
Yes.
is the work done? Is it ready?
Yes,
You
yes.
wouldn't even hear me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, just don't fail my trust. You
Correct.
fail me,
Yes.
then I'll start checking. But as long as you don't do that, dude, you're good. Just do whatever you want. Go on a date.
The important thing, the end result should be like, the
Yeah,
done. You should have the work done.
Exactly. I'm more output based,
Oh.
and I don't like checking on my people too, because when it was me, I don't like being checked on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as my job is being done properly and the quality that I expect it to be and on time,
Yes.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, because there's a quote, right? That if you don't want to be treated like how you. Is that
something
like that.
Yeah,
But,
something like that.
Yeah, so it's really good. Yeah, because what you just mentioned, I also applied that to my guys. Like, okay, you can just work whatever.
And they appreciate it.
Yes,
They appreciate it. It creates for a better work experience and environment.
Correct.
Yeah. Like nowadays, like with COVID, like based on research, like the people are happier just working from home in general.
Yes,
in general, they're happier. So
I think I read also that more right now it's harder to get more employees because they're used to working from home.
They're looking for that type of setup.
Yes.
Where they don't. Yeah, they can work from home.
The traveling is like solved. I don't need to go there back and forth and everything. So that's I think that's the one of the what we're dealing with right now in US, right?
They're much happier and there's less stress. Like just imagine like traveling or getting ready for work. Forget about travel, but just getting ready.
Yes.
For work. And once you get home, you have to get exactly. Or like waking up like super early or extra early.
Yeah.
Just eliminating that from the equation,
Okay.
it creates for a less stressful day for whoever is working or like the employee.
That's nice. That's nice to hear. So anyway, that's I'm inspired more hearing that from you because I know that it works and hearing from you. Oh, I think I'm in a pretty good shape.
Are you also doing work from home right now? Or?
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is, I've been like you mentioned, like similar to you. I don't like anybody like my boss. I don't like to have a boss. Like I tried that while I worked in multinational companies as well, but it's like something is like I don't like in the sense that somebody's telling me this, that, and then when I was like trying to do it, it's pre-COVID that I registered my business, right? A digital marketing agency as well. So I learned how to. There's like, for my case, it's like there's like ups and downs. Definitely, it's like part of the business on my end. So then I learned during the COVID, I was like before that I was like telling my prospects that hey, you better shift to digital marketing because everybody wants to be visible in the digital marketing.
It's the way of the future.
Yeah, it's wave of the future. Then COVID happened, and like calling me. Then at the time, so the calls are coming in, I got overwhelmed in a sense that this is like I got like caught me off guard. I'm not like really prepared to accommodate everything at that time. So that's one of my I learned from that one. And at the same time, so far during those times, like similar to you, you learn from those ones and you apply it to you. So far, we're in a pretty good shape. I'm not saying I'm there yet, but
Yeah.
a long ways to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really fun. It's I also learned how to enjoy the journey.
Yeah. And like
Don't-
adjust to like just different circumstances.
Correct.
Like a lot of businesses right now are going to be really affected with COVID, and there's so many changes that are happening. And if you don't adapt, you're going to be left behind.
Yes, exactly what
Yeah.
you said.
Yes, you always have to adapt.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, like you mentioned, there are still a lot of entrepreneurs that are like having a hard time shifting. They're so used to like doing it the old-fashioned ways. Then they're wondering how can they improve their business.
What do you recommend for people like that
Well,
who are having a hard time shifting from traditional to like the new type of media or like
Yeah.
new way of doing it?
Well, actually, there's this one thing, one couple of clients that I've had. I presented to them. I told them, yes, I do understand that you're used to this, right? What works for you, but that was. I always tell them, remember the time for the old computer, right? Internet was I think it was like launched like around 98 or something.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was
98, right?
somewhere around 98. Yeah.
Dial up, right? So can you imagine before there's no computer and they're having a hard time adapting to it?
Yeah.
Then after that one, when everybody was like slowly going into that one, they're forced to like do it. Then when I use that as an example, they were like they begin to think, you know what, you're right. And they like slowly consider it. They will look into it, and of course, there's a lot of factors that they consider, right? The price, whatever they can budget or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I'm in the process of learning more as well.
Yeah.
That's why I really started to like consider doing the podcast because to help them know it more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So somehow I'm in the process of like explaining to them what's the benefit of like shifting to digital marketing.
Yeah, and that's exactly like how Amazon was born as well,
Yes.
and now it's dominating the space.
Yes.
Back then, it was pretty late for like other companies like Barnes and Nobles. It was super late for them to just get into the internet bandwagon, and by the time that they did, it was too late for them.
Too late, yes.
Yeah, because they resisted. No, people want to go to our stores. They want to hold the book. They want to kind of read it there, and then if they're happy, they're gonna purchase it. Yeah, they didn't believe in the concept, and that's that's exactly how these businesses started dying.
Yeah. So for you, let me ask you your question. What can you say?
To me, go to the experts. Like if you don't know what you're doing, like usually the barrier to entry is. I would tell this to my clients, and no, we just don't know what to do. What's the next step? Well, that's where I come in. To me, it's easy. Like, what are you doing right now on the internet or the online space? Well, nothing really. I post on Facebook. I do this. I do that. But why? It's because I don't know how to do the others. I don't know how to do Instagram. Well, first I just tell them, well, try to download the app. That's always the first step. And just like try dabbling. If you want to go in deeper, and then I just start honestly just advertising my services. But you can't be a master of everything.
Yes.
Yeah, you could be really good at selling the traditional way. You could, like if it's a brick and mortar store, I mean, if people get in there, you know how like take care of them and figure out what they need. You can be a master of that. It doesn't necessarily mean you'll be a master in like advertising online or like Facebook ads or making videos. And you're gonna need the help of other people.
Correct.
For that. And my advice is don't be scared to spend money on your business.
Yeah, very good.
Like to me, every time I spent money on my business, those investments they turn tenfolds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time I spend on my business. So on this particular case or in this particular example, when I say spend, that could be a website. That could be a person who could handle the marketing for you. Yeah. That could be a person who could just simply take photos of your products each and every day and post them on Facebook. Just that one person who can, and you just build from there. So it's pretty scary to just keep putting money on your business, but at least to me, in my experience, you put it where it matters. It typically pays for itself tenfolds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question. So getting back to that one, right? What will you say, or what did you say to your I'm sure you've encountered this, right? A lot of like business owners will tell you, "Oh, that's too much for you." How do you address that one to them?
That was. I don't like operating in a scarcity mindset. I get a lot of inquiries from a lot of people. And one thing that I've learned is you have to always qualify them first. So for example, I got this other client the other day. He was like, "Hey, Ivan, yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for the meeting. This is what we need. XXX, blah, blah, blah." All right. Well, before we get started or before we go into this discussion any further, for something like this, it's going to cost you this much money. That amount makes sense to you right now. If they say no, then I'm sorry, we're just not the person for the job as of the moment. But I can point you towards, this person. He might be able to do it. So to me, it's important that you always qualify, because you can try to sell these persons, but what I've learned is like the cheap customers, that those ones who are just trying to like lowball you on the price, those are the customers who are just they're the hardest to work with, and for most of the time they're not worth your time. Because time is mine. I would rather put my effort on someone who can actually afford my services.
Correct.
And I'll focus there. If you're someone who can't afford it in the first place and you're just planning on lowballing me, or I have to like negotiate so hard so I can get you to my price point, it's just it's not worth it. I would put my effort, I would put my focus on my current clients who are purchasing my products and my services, and just making sure that they're 100% happy. Yeah, I put all my energy there, and getting rid of those cheap clients. That's how I do it.
Yes. I learned it the hard way. That's why it's like so gratifying to hear that from you.
The cheap clients, they're the hardest to work with.
Yes, and they allow a lot of requests.
Yeah, they're vampires. They would just
bloodsuckers.
Yeah, there's on this particular example, it's your time.
Yeah,
and time is more valuable.
Yes, for this one, yes, definitely for most of the like you said, cheap customers, right?
Yeah.
They don't see the value that you're providing.
Yeah.
That's why you price it like that. Yeah. Because it's worth like that.
Exactly.
Right? So they don't understand that, and they lowball you. They tell you, "Oh, I'm paying you this much and I'm only getting this."
Yeah.
It's either they get more, they request more than what you agreed upon.
Yeah, exactly. So that's happened to me like way too many times. Yeah. And I've learned to just disqualify those leads and figure out how to get more leads, and this time just high quality leads who can actually afford you or purchase your products. And once you get them on board, do everything you can to make sure that they're happy with whatever you're doing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go in a bit of a tangent here, but I was working with one company. It's a restaurant business, and this is what we've learned. And just going back to just delivering high quality work. And delivering high quality work means more businesses and more money. Have you ever been to a restaurant wherein they're gonna say, "Hey, welcome, sir. Welcome to Phil's Barbecue. Is it your first time here?"
Yes.
Right. So they would ask you that question, and the reason why these people ask these questions is if you say yes, all right, let me bring it to your table. Here's your table. They put some sort of a marker on that table, signifying to all the servers, signifying to the chefs, signifying to everyone in that room that, hey, these are first-time customers, and let's make sure that they get the best experience possible. And for most cases, they make sure that the food is good. If they can afford to give you like a free entree, a free dessert, they'll do it. But more so, just like the customer service is on point. So you go on that first trip, first visit, and everything was perfect. The chances of you going back for the second time, if your first experience was perfect, is 15%. So you go back the second time and you're there, and same thing, amazing time. The food was perfect. The server was perfect. Everything was perfect. The chances of you coming the third time is 40%.
Higher. Gets higher.
It's higher. And then on the third time, you leave, happy experience. Fourth time, you come back. The chances of you coming the fifth time, 70%. And when you come on the fifth, you are customers for life.
Oh, yes.
You are customers of that restaurant or that business for life. And what that means to you is generational wealth. Like these people, they dine in your restaurant. They bring their wives. They bring their kids.
Yes.
They bring family. They
Yes.
bring relatives. And as long as you keep delivering on that promise of just like the best experience possible,
Yes.
these guys, they keep coming back. Just
And
you
also
know,
referring, right?
and referring,
yeah.
and for life.
Yes.
That's where the money is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really true.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I've also seen that happen a lot of times. Like customer service, like you mentioned, customer service plays a vital role in the continuity or the longevity of the
Yeah.
service, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned about like the making sure that they're happy. Do you do it on your own and call them one by one?
Oh
or
yeah,
do you assign
absolutely.
somebody?
We
Yeah.
have a flow. I've dedicated a flow, a process into making sure that each and every client that we work with is happy. And for most of the time, what I've discovered is that for number one, you really have to have like a good product and master your craft.
Correct.
But more so, what I see that they really appreciate the most is communication.
Correct.
So once you get them on board and once you finally have their money, because to us in my industry, I don't know like how others do it, but to me, so you can work with me, you have to pay 100% up front.
Oh, up front.
Up front. Yeah, it's not, hey, 50% down, 50% when we finish. Nah, 100% up front.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Why do you think it's better for you, or what worked for you, that it's you ask them 100%?
It's just way easier. I don't have to ask for 2 times. They don't have to pay for it 2 times.
Okay.
It's just creates for a better experience. And it also qualifies them. Are you able to afford me at 100% right away?
Okay.
So it just creates for a better experience. Like rich people, the ones who can actually afford, they don't want to be messing with you like 2 payments.
Yes.
And just making sure
just
that
pay it right away.
Yeah, let me just pay it right away.
Yeah.
And so, oh my God, what's the question?
No,
oh,
I
like
mean,
the 100%
yeah.
payments. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I saw work. And in terms of your original question of how I make sure, we have an entire process dedicated just to making sure that clients are happy.
Nice.
So for one, again, they pay 100%. Most companies, like typical companies, we have the money. Let's just deliver at this point. And nothing's going to change at this point. We got the money.
Okay.
All right. So for us, we deliver high quality work, and that's pretty important. But so we communicate really well. So once we receive the money, hey, the money is here. We have everything that we need as of the moment. We're gonna start working on your project right now. You can expect that within 72 hours, give or take, you're gonna have a script.
Okay.
And then before the 72 hours comes in, hey, just a quick update to let you know that we're about to finish your script, and you can expect that in a few hours.
Okay.
And then they're going to receive the script. And then, yeah, it's good. Oh, thank you for approving. We are working on your project. You can expect that in about 5 days, this is going to be finished. So we keep updating.
So you have a timeline.
Yeah, and
already.
it doesn't matter if they reply or not, because most would not reply. It's
Yes.
just rare for them to reply.
Yes.
But I guarantee you they're seeing the messages.
Yes. And at least you're telling them that you're organized, right?
Yeah,
Like they know that, hey, this is what you paid for. Expect this,
Yeah,
right?
And they don't have to worry about the fact that their project is actually moving, because you're keeping them updated. So communication is key up until that time that we've delivered. Now we've already delivered, and it's done. Even after that, we message them. Hey, client X, just messaging you to make sure that you're happy with everything. Is there anything that we can do for you as of the moment?
Nice.
And we are already paid. We are already delivered.
Yes.
Yep.
That's nice.
So that's done. And then even after that's done, hey, client X, just wanted to make sure that everything's okay. Just in case you don't know, you can actually distribute your video here.
Oh,
Here are
okay.
links. This is what you can do. And we'll send you those information for free, even after the project is done.
Yes.
So we keep communicating with them. They don't have to answer, but whatever bits of information that we're sending them, it is
just send it
useful
there.
for them. We know that it is up to them if they want to do it or not.
Correct.
But like the secondary purpose of that is, hey, Ivan, appreciate these resources that you've sent me. I don't really have the time to do this. Can you do it for me? Absolutely.
Yes,
This is what it costs to do that. And then once when they avail of that, it's the same thing.
Same
Make sure
process.
you always communicate. They're always happy. You could have delivered after delivery. Make sure that they're still happy. They don't have to reply. Even if they're not replying, send them valuable information. You don't spam them with messages. That's totally different.
Correct.
That's totally different. Make sure that whatever information that you're sending them is valuable to them.
Correct.
Yeah. So it gives you the opportunity to offer your services not indirectly
Correct.
indirectly to them. So that's more business for you. And it also allows you to be top of mind.
Yes.
They would never forget about
It's
you.
like refreshing their memory that, Ivan is the one who provided me the excellent service.
Yeah.
And,
Not just so. Like for it's done several times where I've totally forgot. I kind of need a video for this, or they forgot that they need to do this, and all of a sudden my team messages them. Oh yeah, then okay, I forgot that this is something that I can do. Can you take care of this for me? Okay. Absolutely. Just send us this. We'll take care of everything for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Now, my one question before I forget is, how do you do, because you're doing the commercials right here?
Yeah.
How do you get your crew? Do you have your crew? Because I can't imagine that you are doing it by yourself.
Yeah. No, my crew here locally, I just work with models. That's my
really?
That's my only crew.
So the one speaking, right?
Oh, the one speaking, yeah. So or like the ones on videos, or the one who are presenting, or the one who is representing a company. Okay. Those are the people who I mostly work with. There'll be projects like the bigger ones wherein I have to hire a crew, but it's not a big crew. I've mastered this so much that, like, for example, I was telling Bernard this, like, you'd send me a video right now, and if I spend more than 30 minutes on that project, then
not
in my head I'm losing money.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've learned it so much, and we've done it so much, and we have such a good process that a video that costs, say, 4 digits would take us about 30 minutes to finish.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's all about the process.
Nice, and it really helps, like that.
Yeah. But to answer your question, there's not a lot of people here. Mostly it's models. There's a few cameramen. There's a few DPs.
Do you hire them regular, like on a payroll, right?
Yeah, and it's not a payroll. Like it's more of a per project basis. We have models who are kind of in a payroll. We pay them monthly, and we put a retainer on them. Like, for example, this particular model, okay, she has talent. She has, and she knew whatever she knows right now, it's because of me, because I trained her. I told her how to do this, how to speak like this. Correct. And if this model blows up, I don't want her like going anywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So I put a retainer. Put a retainer on those models. So whatever happens. So you get projects today, or you get projects this month. Project or no project, I give you this amount. All you need to do is just stay loyal to me.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's important, right? I mean, you put effort on that one. That's why it's, I guess a lot of business owners here, they're having a hard time also having the right person for the long time, right?
Yeah.
That's why, like, it's really good that you mentioned that and how you treat them.
Yeah.
Like, because I've given so much effort to you, to training you, that,
Yeah, and for some people, it's not really the money. So you just have to figure out what works for them.
Yes.
For a lot of them, it's the money part of it. It's putting on a retainer. But for a lot of them, it might be time. It might be their schedules.
Correct.
It might be, hey, I don't want to go there 3 times a week or 2 times a week. I just want to go there once a week.
Correct.
So figure out what's important to them. Figure out what they appreciate the most. Okay. And if you can do it, do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's more
that's how you
like,
keep them.
Yeah. So it's like more of like you knowing what works for them.
Yeah.
Hearing them out first.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you do an offer. Like, let's say, okay, you need this, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
you have to be sensitive.
Okay.
Enough to know like what works for them, and if that's what's most important for them, then you do it, and they'd appreciate it. I can't remember. I don't think if it's ever happened wherein someone would just go to me, I quit my job. I don't like doing.
They're
this.
happy because you the way you treat them, and
they're happy, and that's how I keep them happy.
Okay.
Figuring out what they want, and you do what they want.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I really thank you for sharing that. I mean, I've learned a lot. I mean, it's like for me, it's like information overload. But it's really good.
Yeah, obviously there's technicalities to that,
yes.
but if you can do it, if you can afford it, then do it for your employees.
Nice. Well, anyway, wow, I mean, I'm really happy.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm having fun as well.
So now for the fun part. We're gonna somehow check out our because I'm like really learning from you right now. So we will take a brief moment to just make some shout outs. So we'll go check it out. You can
I'll do whatever. I need my glasses, so
Maybe, yeah.
I'll let you take over.
Maybe you can do some shout outs for your wife and your young boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that you watch this, Apollo, and my wife Elizabeth.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm here right now, and yeah, I'm
Yes.
having fun so far.
By the way, your Apollo, your dad is awesome. Okay, so let that sink in.
Well, did you hear
Learn
that?
from your dad? Huh? Yeah, I also have a young boy right now. Yeah, he just got sick right now because of yesterday we went to beach, Coron del Mar.
Mm.
He got cold.
Oh.
My poor guy.
Yeah.
So right now he's he's with this mom.
Yeah, and they mean the world to us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, speaking of my son, just a quick shout out. Recently, 4th-time champion, and this last one,
Fourth-time champion.
on speech and debate.
Wow.
Yeah, state champion.
He got it from his dad.
Obviously.
How about the mom?
Yeah,
That's
but yeah,
really
super proud of that kid.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Apollo, and your wife's name?
Elizabeth Meneses.
Hi. Yeah, hello, Mrs. Meneses. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, let's go back to just some shout outs if we do have some. So I would like to make a brief shout out. Koval Media, Mr. Bernard Ko. Shout out to you, boss. Wendy Lindo. Guys, please do watch out for Miss Wendy Lindo. She's going to have her show, which be launched next week, June 16th.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, she's a really awesome lady. We just met her briefly on, 2 months ago, I guess. She reached out to me actually through social media.
Oh, nice. See?
So it's really good. It
The
works.
power of social media.
Yes, right. So anyway, let's see. Let's go do some shout outs. Oh, shout out to my parents, Frank and Pearlie, my wife, Christina. My team members, Dolph, he's in the Philippines. Now, unfortunately, right now, my guys are down because of the COVID. So I'm just telling them, rest first before,
Yeah.
get well, guys. Health is more important. That's what I keep on telling them. Health is more
Absolutely,
important.
yeah.
The work will be there. Health is
Yeah.
more important for those guys. I love those guys, which it's inspiring to hear from you that how you treat your, right?
Yeah.
It's important because I wanted also to be treated like that
Yeah.
when I was like an employee.
Yeah.
So why would I do different, right?
Yeah. Later, I'm gonna talk about like how you do yours too. I'm sure there's there's some lessons
Yes.
that you've
Yes.
you've learned as
Nice,
well.
nice. So anyway, okay. So before we, I guess it's so much time, so much questions that I'm going to ask you, but later on we'll do it. Like
We got later. We got dinner.
Yes, I know, right? So anyway, where can the guys or whoever's interested in your services, where can they follow you or something?
The best way, if you're interested in our services, the best way is just go to our website. That's www.amediaproductions.net. My team will be responding to you. If you want to get to me directly, best way is just like send me an Instagram message. I think it's right there.
Yes.
Ivan Nicolo, IVANNICHOLO. I don't get to respond to everything, but I guarantee you I see everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll try my best. I'll try to be better.
Yes, and guys, just to let you know, I don't know if Ivan is an actor. Okay, he's an actor where he acts on speaking in the commercials.
Yeah.
But gopings eh. So, syempre, di ba? So anyway, ganun talaga mga gopings. So anyway, where are you from in the Philippines though?
I'm from Pampanga, San Fernando.
Oh, there you go.
Pampanga.
Me, we're in Nueva Ecija. Then my wife is in Bataan.
Oh,
So
nice.
we're close
I
by.
got family from Nueva Ecija too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, so I guess it's a small world.
Yeah, it's a small world.
Yes, I know. So anyway, again, Ivan, I know your time is really hectic.
Really?
It's understandable, guys, but we're really thankful for you taking the time in coming over here. You're the first person I ever know that.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
We're not even mentioning about what he has because he doesn't want it to brag like that. But this guy, I can tell he's really humble. and he just flat out is really smart.
I try
Really
to
smart.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you are.
Thanks, brother.
But again, thank you for coming over here. I learned a lot from you, and I'm I'm gonna apply it to my own business.
Thanks, brother. I hope it works for you too.
Yes, no, definitely, for sure. You're the living testimonial.
Yeah, I guess.
No, because I guess what I learned most from you is that how you treat your crew,
Yeah,
staff.
yeah.
Right?
They're the boss, not the other way around.
Yes, yeah. I mean, my guys, I also tell them that, hey, you're way better than me, and they're like, no,
Yeah,
they're like telling
it's true. Like the reason why they're there is because they are better.
they're better than
Yeah,
me.
then at least on that particular aspect of the
Yes,
job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it's a win-win situation because you recognize the guys who are way better than you,
Yeah.
and that means you're in the right.
Yeah,
You found the right guy.
Exactly.
So anyway, getting back to it. So much stuff that we need to tackle.
Yeah.
Then again, thank you again, and hope to have you here
Oh
again.
yeah. We'll be in touch.
Yes, sir. So, okay, guys, again, this is another exciting episode for all of us, especially for me. I learned a lot from this guy, and hope that you can find value in this today's episode. Again, this is Francis San Diego, and I'm Unemployed Pinoy CEO. Thanks for watching, guys. See you.